Right, if you're researching California, trying to figure out where you want to move here in the beautiful Golden State, well, I'm going to break down this particular area called the Central Coast of California, Central California, and we're going to do a deep dive on the lay of the land for you. So I'm going to do details as far as pricing of real estate in the area, the climate of the particular regions that I'm going to be talking about, kind of what the real estate looks like, how much house you're going to get for the money so that you can decide if the Central Coast is going to work out for you. And I'm going to sprinkle in some local nuggets that I have for you for over 20 years of selling real estate in the area. Not only that, but I grew up here, raised my kids here, and I'm still here. So I'm going to try to really give you as much information as I can to help you figure out if the Central Coast is a place for you. I also want to give you some information about San Luis Obispo County, which is what we're talking about. So I want to give you some information about San Luis Obispo County, and the population is under 300,000. So it's not too big, not too small. And it's very spread out to some extent. You're going to utilize a Highway 101, and that hugs the coastline here on the coast, and in the state of California. And our traffic infrastructure is very limited. We don't have a lot of interstate roads that just intertwine, and you got to take this one to get to that one, and do this and do that. We don't have that type of infrastructure here on the Central Coast. So that is something that you might love or might not love. So it's something to get used to. We are a little bit slower paced, although there are traffic times, commute times in the morning and the evening times, afternoon times that, we will get congested and there will be a little bit of holdup in the traffic. So just a little note to that. And if you like that information or it's been of use for you, please give us a like. Like I said, that really helps us out. And we're going to keep diving into San Luis Obispo County. And just to leave you another little local nugget, if you didn't know this, San Luis Obispo proper does not have any drive-throughs, and San Luis Obispo proper does not have smoking. It banned smoking way back, one of the first cities in the nation that banned smoking publicly outside. And it is noted by Oprah that it was the happiest place in America. Magazine that I want to bring up, it's called SLO Cal. Links will be in the description for you, like I said. And I really love their tagline here, life's too beautiful to rush. I mean, come on, that's just great. What I wanted to share with you are the regions in our area. So here is the state of California. San Francisco is north of us and Los Angeles is south of us. And so we're right here called SLO Cal, San Luis Obispo, California. And we're this little nugget right here. We're about, like I will say, less than 300,000. So we're not too big, not too small. And here's how it works here. Here's our region. So we have what we call as locals, North County. So North County is above the grade. So this is where you're going to see seasons. This is where it's a little bit more rural. Temperature definitely needs some air conditioning up here. You've got some more elbow room, and you've got beautiful Paso Robles and Atascadero, Templeton, great wine areas. And Atascadero is a little bit closer to the Morro Bay, so you're going to get some of that little bit coastal influence. And then it gets toastier up here in these other towns, San Miguel, Paso, we call it Paso Robles, Shandon, Templeton, Creston, and Atascadero. Now our anchor is San Luis Obispo. That's San Luis Obispo proper, the city. This is one of our bigger cities here in the area. And this is where the airport is, San Luis Obispo Airport. So if you are an international traveler, this is where it can get a little tricky. Connecting flights are tough. So you're going to have to either figure out your itinerary, and do some connections, or you can go to Santa Barbara, which is about an hour and 20 minutes south of us, which is great. and you can work with that airport, or you're going to make the trek to San Francisco, San Jose, or Los Angeles and do a direct flight from there, and you know, make your way over to wherever it is you're traveling. So if you're an international traveler, this is something to really take note of and see how it's going to impact your travels. Okay. But I mean, that is just one of the, you know, things that you kind of have to deal with living in a smaller area per se. So again, North County's up here. Then they call it the North Coast, South Coast. So we call these our scenic beaches. And that's like San Simeon, Cambria, Harmony, Cayucas, Morro Bay, and Los Osos. So these are our coastal areas here. Then you've got what we call South County, and they're calling it South Coast in this SLO Cal magazine. This is a very awesome marketing group that really promotes our area and has a wealth of information. So I'm going to put the links to everything, like I said, down below, so you'll have access to all of this to really do some more investigating on anything, and obviously calling us, letting me know what we can do for you, get you some more information. So the South Coast, South County areas: Avila Beach, Shell Beach, Pismo Beach, Grover Beach, Arroyo Grande, Oceano, and Apomo. Then you get into Santa Barbara County down here, and you can get into a location called Santa Maria. And so that's a whole nother ball game over there. So now there's the lay of the land. I'm going to bring up some other things, but I wanted to really show you some really great pictures to just kind of give you a feel of how diverse our area really is. So we have a lot of history. We have a lot of history here, like the missions. We have a lot of outdoor living. You know, we have over 300 sunny days out of the year. So you're going to be outside enjoying hikes, all the outdoor activities, all the water stuff, beach stuff, outdoor stuff, running, hiking, kayaking, bird watching, all the things. So again, like this is Morro Bay, and there's a bay there, an estuary, which is phenomenal. And then you've got the outdoor living, and you've got, you know, we have a lot of ag stuff. So if you're into animals, horses, you know, all the ag stuff that your kids want to do as they're growing up. Oh my gosh, that's just, we have acreage properties. We have all those things, a lot of activity for the ag community, and that's agricultural. You know, we have great produce here. So, you know, we're just enriched with so many opportunities and lifestyle, really. So we're going to look at San Luis. And again, we kind of gave the breakdown of the lay of the land. So you've got that. And again, I have very detailed videos on all these. So go back to the channel, subscribe to the channel, go back to the channel and check more of these areas out, and let me know what you want more of. So what I love about this magazine is if you're going to come into town, it's going to give you places to go to, and also to kind of plan a 3-day stay. There's a section of this at the very end. So San Luis Obispo, again, I'm going to bring up their median average price point and what that looks like, what that can get for you. And then just know that you can go up and below those price points. It's just going to depend on what you're looking for. So I'll give you that information so that you have a realistic idea of what this area offers. All right. So again, if you're, what I love is from everybody reaching out. We plan for people to come out, whether you're going to buy in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, or thinking of retiring here, moving your family here, or, you know, sometimes we've got people that are unfortunately going through a divorce and, you know, going to bring their families here. And we have this like discovery stage is what I call it. And our team gets together with you. We have a really in-depth conversation, and you go out and explore the area. So Madonna Inn in San Luis Obispo, if you Google it, again, you're going to go to the links. You can go check out pricing. You can go check out all about it, but it is a landmark for our area. The Madonna Inn is pink, and you can you can go on horseback riding the trails there. You can go get their world-renowned cakes there. And if you're coming through town, at least stop in there and have one of their pink cakes. They're huge, they're delicious, and it's just a place to go see if you can handle the decor. You're going to love it. And I know this is a little local nugget. I'm going to sprinkle these in, like I said, is you have to check out the bathrooms, and the men's bathroom in particular. If you're a gal, have someone check out, make sure it's clear in there, and check them out. It's you'll just know. So that's just a little tip there. So take my word for it. It is something to see. It's not for everybody, but it is really cool. Okay, so San Luis, we're going to talk about the area. Sites of San Luis are, that's where the university is. That's where the mission is. That's where our farmers market is. That takes place every Thursday, and it puts San Luis Obispo on the map. And that's the hub. That is really the biggest city, as I said. It's got a lot of history. It's got a little mini Santa Barbara vibe. And it's got all the things that a university brings: culture, activities. There's things going on all year long. It is where the action is for our area, if you can call it that, because we do shut down primarily in the whole county at about 10 o'clock, except for some areas, in San Luis being one, because it is a college town. So it'll have more bars available open later at night. So let's take a look at some price points and give you the average pricing for the area, San Luis Obispo proper, and a home that you can kind of see what that would look like for you. Here's the information for the average price point in San Luis. September 2023 is $1,033,219. Now, what I like to do is show you what it was in 2022, just so that you have an idea of what's been happening in our market. So when people say that the prices are plummeting and it's softening, you've got to take a look at things locally. And I think that you can make a good decision and understand what negotiations can take place. So again, September of this year, 2023, $1,033,219. Over here, September 2022, $1,021,206. So not much of a difference. So just take note of that. And obviously we all do more in-depth conversations and data analysis with you as you are exploring the area and what areas you want to target. We'll definitely look at that. So let's look at what a $1 million home looks like in San Luis Obispo. Here is our home for us to show you what a little over $1,050,000. And that's a 3-bed, 3-bath, 1935 square feet. Lot is 4,500. 2-car garage built in 2020, so very new. So this is a possibility for you in that $1 million range. And there is a small HOA of like $73. So it is possible, but I will tell you, this is the only one that is around this price point right now. So there's not a whole lot of right in that 1 million mark. You know, there's only 3 that are active right now under this price point. So for example, right now, I did from 900 to $1,000,001, as you can see right here. And we've got 4 that are under $1 million. And then the one that I just showed you, that's $1,050,000. Now I tried to pull up some solds to just kind of see how many solds in the last 3 months. And so we did have a good amount in the 900 range. So that sold in this 900,000 price point in the last 3 months. And then $1 million to $1,000,001, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the last 3 months. So just to, kind of, break that down for you, it's just the inventory is a little bit tighter for us here on the Central Coast, and we only have so much available within certain price points. So, all right, friends. So again, just remember, my name is Bernice and I'm a local real estate broker. I love making these videos for you to help you figure out where you want to land on the Central Coast. So giving us a like helps other people just like you find the information. Subscribe if you want to know about the Central Coast. and you want to discover more about it, because we will give you more videos, and leave us a comment because we love hearing from you. Sweet spot number is really a 1-2 for something a little bit with more room. Single story is always going to be more expensive or get more money for it because there's such a demand. We are a retirement community. There's possibilities. So this is where you got to reach out to a local person. Again, I do sell real estate here, but I am making these videos for you to help you figure out where you want to land here on the Central Coast. So San Luis Obispo is away from the coast, so it's going to be warmer. You're going to have all the Central Coast vibe. That's probably our more happening location, if you will, away from the beaches, and more of that college vibe, more restaurants, higher end things that are going to be more at your fingertips. Awesome downtown. So, prime real estate is going to be right around the downtown area. And then we have pockets throughout San Luis that you can get to know and understand why there's value in certain neighborhoods and all that. So again, working with the local is definitely going to help you out. So let's move on to some other areas and break down some price points for you. So what I wanted to point out is right in this area here, we had a big oil spill from Chevron many, many years back when I was a kid, and they completely revamped all of this. So this was all redone. A lot of money went into it. So this is here now for everybody's enjoyment. So again, during the summer, Avila Beach has farmers market. So there's always a band playing right here in this area. And they've got local produce, honey, all the things that, our area has to offer. Lavender, somebody brings all the succulents. It's really fun. And so there's a huge planned community called San Luis Bay Estates. I have a whole video on Avila about that. So go take a look at that. And that breaks down the whole subdivision. It's a gated community. Avila in general is not that big. And you've got the main pier that is but right here where this picture is taken. And then you have farther out, where you have boats that are launched and have docks, and you go out. This is where the whales come through and migrate. There are some insane pictures of the whales coming out here in Avila. Now, another thing is it's a one-way in and a one-way out road. So, that is something that is kind of cool and very California-like. So again, when it's traffic time or there's a concert out at Avila, you got to plan for it. I mean, it is just, it gets congested, it gets backed up. So Ubers, all the things, everything just gets congested during any kind of event out there. Link to their chamber, their events that they have for the whole year. It's really fun. It's really beautiful. Now, local nugget. This beach is south facing, so it has the best weather. It's typically going to be a lot warmer out here and more protected from the fog and the elements. So you're definitely going to be having the best weather here on the Central Coast here in Avila. Another thing is that the beach is really nice and level when you get down to the water, soft sand. Some of our other beaches are more cliff-like and more rocky. So this beach is very prime. There's golfing out here. There's restaurants out here, and it's just a great location. So again, go look at the other videos that I have. But Avila is prime because it's small and it's exclusive. So you're going to pay, this is going to be more prime real estate. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the real estate part of it. So again, the better climate, smaller, one way in, one way out. Golfing's available, especially in the communities that I'm at San Luis Bay Estates. And then you've got an exclusive Avila Bay Club that you can belong to. There's swimming pools, tennis, pickleballs everywhere. They have a sauna. They have really great, very exclusive feel to Avila Beach. So let's look at some real estate. The average price point in Avila Beach currently in September 2023 is 1,882,000. And let's look at what was happening in September of last year. That was 1,708,959. Again, this is where I really want you to take note of things. I know this is a higher price point for most, but what my point is, see how it's gone higher. So again, you got to look at each local town, each local city, even within the Central Coast. It makes a big difference. Avila is more prime. So it's the San Luis Bay Estates has mobile homes that are $1 million. And then we have homes up that purchase up because it's got hills, and these homes have several developments within the San Luis Bay Estates. And then you've got beautiful luxury $3 million, $2 million homes in this location. So again, this is where you got to reach out. We got to take a look at things. There are different price points up there, but that is the average price point in Avila right now. So let's go take a look at what these homes look like. And I'll bring up some other ones. I'll bring up the lowest ones just so you can see what's out there for you. Avila, I just want you to get a good idea of what's happening out there. Market analysis for the last 3 months, okay? So I pulled up just everything that has sold in Avila. It's been, so I've got, these are active right here up at the top, and here are the closed in the last 3 months, okay? So as you can see here, I pulled from 7/21 to currently 10/19. So again, this is all going to vary depending on when you see this video, but the concept is going to be the same. Avila is prime real estate. It is a quality of life. You're paying for the quality of life here. Bottom line, hands down, best everything. So if you like this type of lifestyle, so again, let's just break it down. So closed sales. So we had 746.5, 800, 1.260, and then the 1882. Okay, so here the average price is saying 1172, and this is for the last 3 months, where the prior graph that I'm showing you is year to date, okay, comparing all the months. So this is just 3 months. So this should get you a little bit more excited. But there was the one sale for the 1.8, right? Now here's everything that is currently active right now. And some of these are mobile homes, and they're in the 800,000 price point. So you've got 8, 1 million, 1 million, you know, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 7, I mean, 1, 6, then it goes up to the couple 2 millions, and then 3 million. So that for our is a lot. We're not into 14 million, you know, like Santa Barbara, Montecito, you know, this is the higher price point to get a 5 or 6, 7, 8, 10 million for us. It's a little bit rare. A couple of places in Avila, so you can kind of get a feel for it. So this is a 1,149,000. This has been back and on off the market with different agents. It's a little bit of a tough sale. Why? It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 644 square feet on a 4,500 square foot lot, one attached garage. So it's located closer to the water here, as you can see. So that is obviously more desirable, but then the lots get smaller. If you have a bigger house, it's going to be more expensive. And then the interior of it, you know, 2-story, it's smaller, but you're really real close to just making your way down to the actual water and seeing the beach. So literally when you come out here and you walk down here, you have views to this. The elevation is there for you to see the whole blue water. So not necessarily the house isn't facing the right way or to the beach. If it was, then the price would be higher. So another home that's maybe a little bit with more square footage, and you can see what that pricing is. So here's an example of a property up within the San Luis Bay Estates. Land over here, a lot of elevation. Down, you know, some homes are perched up on a hill in condos, and we, like I said, there's a whole nother video about this. The point is just to kind of show you what is going on here. So this property's here away from the beach, but it's more exclusive. Obviously you have a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2396 square feet. 5,000 square foot lot, 2-car garage built in 2015. And this is at 2,139,000. Okay, and so this is the area where you're going to have some HOA fees. You're going to have $63 a month and then $84 a month. So one's for the garden and one's for the actual development. Each one has different homeowners association. Again, go check out that other video. But this is the caliber of property that you can have out here in Avila Bay Estates. Now, some things to take note of. Here's our local nugget. They don't have a lot of fencing out here. They're very open to the nature and the trees and all the things. So if you have pets, you're gonna have to be cautious of that. You can do, like right, you see in this picture, some cross fencing or make a little area off your patio. A lot of these are 2-story. Some of them have floor plans where you walk in and all the main living is on the main floor. So those are things that you would have to explore with whoever you're working with, to be sure that if that's important to you, that gets accommodated, or that meets your criteria. But hillside, oak trees everywhere. Oak trees are very prominent for us in our area. So again, Avila is something very, very special in our area. People love it. It is a lifestyle. Again, no 2 homes are alike. Each one's going to have different amenities, different touches that they've added throughout the homes. A lot of them are really rich in this type of wood that you see here, or some have been updated into some more modern feel, but it is this Tuscan Mediterranean feel that these have. So again, I mean, it's stunning. You're going to have these views. Like I said, here's your gate, your security, and all the things. Walking trails throughout. There's Bob Jones Trail, which is absolutely phenomenal for anybody to take. You can take your cart down and make your way into Avila from San Luis Bay Estates. So it's just a whole different lifestyle. And there is a very well-known agent out there too that has this listing, Taylor North. So this is a beautiful home, and this is the type of caliber of property that you can get out here in Avila Beach, California. So again, I gave you some local nuggets. If you found those useful, please give us a like. You know what to do. And, subscribe if you want to get some more information. Also, really important that you leave us a comment. Give us some feedback. Let me know if any of these areas are enticing to you and seem like, maybe you want some more information, some more details. If you want to know what's coming up in the future, we can also put you on our VIP list, anything that we can do to help. So that's Avila Beach, one of the more prime areas in our Central Coast, California location. So that is definitely a place that you should definitely drive out to if it's sparking your interest. And so let's look at the next area that the SLO Cal magazine has for us. The next location is taking us up to North County. So now it's jumping us up to wine country, beautiful Paso Robles, California. It's Paso Robles, Paso Robles. So everybody calls it different, Paso. Just make note of that, so that people have different ways of saying it, and some feel like their way is the better way. I just say Paso Robles. That's what works for me. So let's take a look at what it has to offer for you. All right, so now we're back to our SLO Cal magazine, and they're highlighting Paso Robles. Again, there's all this social media stuff on here, the Sincero lighting here. I have other videos of Paso Robles, so go take a look at some details on specifics on that. That is a to-do as well in Paso Robles. You can get tickets online. So again, Paso Robles, it is North County. It takes about 45 minutes from South County and about 35 from San Luis Obispo. So you can live in Paso and drive down to San Luis Obispo for a job, or head over to the scenic areas if you're going to work in Morro Bay, Los Osos, and that will be about a 30-minute drive for you. So again, just depending also if you're in Finger Rose and Paso Robles. So Paso Robles itself is, the next little Napa. It has tons of wineries. I've got videos on that with actual links of people that break down the famous wines that they have and what they're known for. So take a look at that. But Paso is going to be, there's swimming pools there. There's air conditioning. You're going to have the seasons, definitely in Paso. You have the Mid-State Fair that comes into town that puts us on the map. We have, real good concerts that are put out there in Paso Robles. And it's generally pretty toasty during the time that it comes in July. And that is something that you should also try to make plans to come and see. So great hotels to stay in, great wineries to visit, lots of properties that have some elbow room. You've got 10,000 square foot lots. You've got high density living, you've got acreage properties, and you've got luxury homes. You've got different areas that you can explore, just like San Luis Bay Estates in Avila. There's gated communities. There's a 55 and older community there, and great schools. Again, and that really local nugget. We have really we have really great schools here now. So I have 3 kids. I raised them here in South County area and Shell Beach, Pismo Beach area, Shell Beach Elementary, Arroyo Grande High School. Very, very good rankings throughout the county. So depending on what you're looking for your child, got an exclusive video for that too. Go look for it. I've got a longtime friend teacher who broke down the area. So, and the schools. So Paso, again, really great wine area. More bang for your buck up there. Okay. So the inventory is still tight. And if something's priced right in the right area, then or prime area, well sought out area, it's going to go for more money. But you do have some properties that do go in the 5s and 6s and 7s, and you have a little bit more to choose from. It's just about timing. So that's the real estate portion of it. So we talked about, what the climate, the weather, this is definitely an area that is going to have good restaurants. There's some Michelin restaurants. I believe there's 6. I did another video about that. So you can check those out and go to, the Michelin websites, and you can see where you can go eat there. So Paso Robles is definitely a hot spot. It's up and coming. There's room for growth. Some new construction developments are also coming through the area. So also reach out for that. There is one that's coming up in Paso too, from Midland Builders. So if that's something that interests you, I have had some reach outs. So we'll talk a little bit more about those. All right, so this is something that's exciting. Let's look at the average price point for Paso Robles. So here we are, September 2023, 744, 436, 700,000, 436. And compared to September of last year in 2022, the price was 752, 460. So again, something to get excited about. Paso Robles will have more bang for their buck. So if that's an area that sparks your interest, again, this is the price point for Paso Robles. And again, my point again, North County, different vibe, different area, different climate, everything. You see how we are holding steady. We're kind of flatlining in our whole county. Again, places like Avila, other locations that I'm going to show you are obviously going to be higher price point, because the closer you get to the water, there's a local nugget, closer you get to the water, and this is just real estate, the prices is going to go higher in the homes. But there are some sweet spots that you can get living close to the beach that don't cost an arm and a leg. So I will show you that. So just hang tight. This is an in-depth video for sure, but I'm really trying to give you a good overview of the area to see if it's going to work for you. So let's look at some property here in Paso. And if you found this interesting and good info, you know what to do. Give us a like. All right, so I wanted to show you what a $700,000 home looks like that just sold. So this one sold 196 Stone Bridge Lane in Paso Robles for $730. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,667 square feet, a 7,000 square foot lot, nice and big, 2-car garage built in 1996. And this one actually sold in the summertime. Well, actually August of this year. So it's part of our comps, but I just wanted to show you what that looks like up in Paso. I mean, it's just, you know, so much so here's more pictures of what's actually possible up in Paso Robles. I mean, you know, it's got the vaulted ceilings, floor's nice. You've got a very nice floor plan. So again, this is just a possibility up in Paso. This is going to be a difficult find, perhaps down in South County, San Luis, not of this caliber or quality, if you will. So again, those are just the differences. And, you know, I'll show you throughout. Again, this, I'm just showing you what the average price point is, and I can show you what $1 million home looks like. But right now, I just wanted to kind of give you a feel of what the average price point is. So again, this is where you kind of need to reach out. And I wanted to show you a little bit more of what's actually sold in the higher 7 range. So let's look at what an $800,000 home looks like up there. This is actually off of the 46. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet, but 2 acres. So if you wanted 2 acres, you can get something for 800. So again, just depending on what you're looking for, there's just a lot more opportunity in Paso, and that's what's pretty exciting for people when they come to the area. So, you know, you're just going to endure some heat. You know, you're going to need the air conditioning. You want to get those solar panels. A little local nugget here, California nugget, is solar panels are a thing. And that is something that you can get, and it adds value to your home, especially if you pay it off and just get it done. So if you do have a resale, it has value for the next buyer. It's when you kind of have the lease in place for the solar panels and they haven't been paid off, that new buyer has to be able to qualify for whatever the payment is on top of purchasing the home. Usually it's not a problem in most sales, but it is just something to, you know, be aware of, that if you don't pay it off, the next buyer is going to have to take over that payment. So again, Paso Robles has a lot of opportunity to get over here to the Central Coast. You can still make it to the beach. And if the beach isn't your thing and wine is, well, there you go. This is the place for you. And there is a ton of luxury living up there. So again, that's just something that we can get you specifically to take a look at. And I will put a link to my personal website in the description, and you can go on there, put your parameters. If you need a higher price point home or a condo of a lower price point home, you can put the specifics, the area, and you can kind of get to know what the market is here too, because there's so much more to explore. This again is, yes, a deep dive, but I'm doing the averages of the particular regions according to SLO Cal. So let's go on to the next area. All right, so now we've got some other areas within the county. here that they put on this page. So I'm going to do the best I can to kind of break it down for you. So this will be fun. So just hold on here. And Pismo Beach, California. So this is a huge tourist area. So if you're thinking of buying here on the Central Coast and want Pismo Beach, I've lived in Pismo Beach. My kids went to Shell Beach Elementary. So you're going to hear Pismo Beach and Shell Beach. So here's a local nugget. So Shell Beach is north of Pismo Beach, and it's its own little town that actually the rich people lived that had back in like the 1800s when Pismo was up and coming. People didn't want to be in the hoopla, so they lived in Shell Beach. So Shell Beach is kind of it's like a little mini version of Avila Beach, so it's going to be more prime there too. But it's very condensed. It's a very condensed area. So we can bring up some pictures of Shell Beach, but again, I have videos of everything separately. So Pismo Beach is where all the like big stuff happens. There's a huge car show. There's a clam festival. We have a lot of clams in the area. That's what it's known for. And so there's a clam chowder that's made. There's like this weekend in October is the huge clam festival, clam chowder festival. And the whole pier that you see right here has all the vendors, all the restaurants, and there's a big competition. And then in downtown Pismo, there's the car show. There's a huge Portuguese event. There's all kinds of things that happen. There's a farmer's market on Wednesdays. So Pismo Beach is one of our smaller beach communities, per se. Well, no. All right, so Pismo Beach is spread out. So you really need to take your time in knowing what Pismo Beach is about. You can live in Pismo Beach Heights and get views of the water. You can live downtown Pismo and be where all this, stores and the tourism and all the things are happening. Or you're a little bit farther out and you're still in Pismo Beach zip code, but you're not in all of that. So it's very interesting. There's little pockets within Pismo. And then of course, Shell Beach is Pismo Beach 93449 zip code. There's a little other local nugget, but it's its little village. It's Shell Beach Village. It's its little town that's called Shell Beach, right north of Pismo Beach. So what's the weather like? What's the vibe like? So again, a little mix of tourism. You've got tourism here. You've got a really great hotels for you to stay in and visit. You've got a lot of events throughout the year. And this is where you're going to have some coastal influence. So anything by the beach, you're going to have, the fog in the morning, and then it's going to break off. So that's Pismo Beach. And again, it spreads out. I have a really great video about the different areas in Pismo Beach. And let's go take a look at some price points. All right, so here we're going to see the averages of Pismo Beach. So September 2023, 1,025,625. Let's go look at where it was in September of 2022, 1,512,408. So there's a difference right there, right? So as you can see, it's gone down 32%. So again, this is where you got to go hyper local. Work with somebody, that's here and can do an analysis for you. Now, also, there's not a lot of homes that go for sale in Pismo, and there's different pockets in Pismo. And I think we had more higher price point sales in 2022. And I think that's where we see this huge gap. Because as you see, this is negative 32.2%. And everything we've seen so far has been pretty flat. So, and again, like I said, there's different pockets within Pismo Beach. So some are more premium than others. So this is where you got to reach out to one of us here locally, and we can break this down for you. So let me show you what a property in this $1 million price point looks like. All right, so here's another list of homes that are, from the last 3 months again. So I've got solds down here from 1 million to 1,000,001 in the last 3 months. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 homes in this price point. So again, and they all vary, and they're very different locations. So like 212 Irish Way, that's closer to the freeway. It's away from downtown. So like I was saying, get in the average price point in Pismo Beach in the winter of quarter 4 of 2023. So this is more of a track home feel for Pismo, because a lot of these in different areas are of different architectural design, and they're older. This is a much newer subdivision. So, this is a good bang for your buck. You're going to get some freeway noise. So you always have to look at that. If you're sensitive to freeway noise, the 101 is right here. So that's something that you really need to pay attention to. And let's go back. I want to pull up another one in, let's do Longview. So Longview is up in the Pacific Heights. So check this out. This is up on a hill. This is Pismo Beach down here. And so what happens up here, there's a lot of elevation on Longview, and this home literally had stunning views. So let's break it down. 1231 Longview Avenue. It went on the market for 1,349, sold for 1,320. So this is a little bit more than that price point, average price point, but I'm just showing you a little bit of everything and what's possible. So this is a more of a modern home. Did we break down what it was? A 3-bedroom, 2, 3, 4 bathrooms, and a powder room, 2 3/4 and 1 full bath, 2,000 square feet, 5,000 square foot lot, 2-car garage, built in 1989. And it was stunning, but to look at the views from the deck, you're high. You were up high. It definitely was one of a kind, and this is what was more modern. Again, this is what I'm saying. In different pockets of Pismo, you're going to get different types of homes. So look at the back of this guy. So a lot of decking, real tight. This is a lot of elevation. So this is something that happens up here in Pacific Heights. So you've got, look at this view is stunning, but I wanted to show you more of kind of the design, again, more modern. And, this is the row of homes on this street. So it gets really tight up at the top of Pacific Heights up here. But again, it's beach living. You're just a road down from downtown, so people love it up here. And all of this is open space. All of this is open space. So again, this is just comparison to what you can get in Pismo compared to other places. So hopefully this is helping you out a little bit to discover the average price point of Pismo. Again, you're going to be coastal. So again, you're going to be in the coastal area. You're going to have the, the morning fog. It's going to burn off, and then you're going to have those beautiful views that you just saw. So this is Pismo Beach. It's prime real estate. A lot goes on here. You need to dive into it and take a look at it if this is an area that you're thinking about. And yeah, take a look at the different pockets within Pismo. We call it Pismo Beach, or Shell Beach, which is a whole different lifestyle too. You can pretty much make your way to a lot of things that are real close, very high density areas here, 3,000 square foot lots, older homes like 1950s. So some of these need some TLC, and some have been revamped, hence the price point. So a lot of diversity here in price points and all that, but just showing you what the average has to offer here in Pismo Beach. Where Paso Robles is, but it's the first. You go to Santa Margarita, then Atascadero. So this is right up over the grade, close to San Luis Obispo. So up there in Atascadero, you're closer to San Luis. And again, it's the same thing, more bang for your buck up there. It's very woodsy up there. The roads are very windy. You're nestled a lot up on hills in Atascadero, and you get that Morro Bay coastal influence. So it's not going to be as hot as the other towns up there where you need air conditioning still, and you should still have solar. That's going to be very helpful. But it's just a different vibe up there. And I have, like I said, another video about that. So go take a look at that. I did that with my friend Valerie, and that'll give you a better feel of what the lifestyle is up there. So what I'll tell you again, so we're going to talk about good schools, smaller schools. It does have a downtown, and we do have air conditioning. We have seasons up there. It's a little bit more woodsy, more rural feel up there. So, it's a smaller area too for the North County area. So, yeah, you need to dive into that. Let's take a look at what is the average price point up there and what's actually selling, and then you can get a better idea. But North County, you really need to take your time and explore each little town, because again, they are all so different, and each one has its a very special thing. And Atascadero for me it's very woodsy. It's got a lot of trees, and it's a little bit more rural feel, and smaller. So that might be more your vibe. So let's take a look. All right, so take a look at this info. So the average price in Atascadero is $867.81, which is higher than Paso. Now I'll tell you why that is. There's more available in Paso for sale than Atascadero, because Atascadero is smaller, so there's not enough inventory for not enough population, not enough homes in comparison to Paso Robles. Paso Robles is bigger. So that is the theory that is there for the pricing here in Atascadero. So we're going to take a look at some properties, and let's look at where it was in 2022 of September. So let's go over here. That was at 766, 674. Again, take note, you have to look at everything locally. It's gone up in Atascadero. Why? Because it's smaller. So since there's less inventory and still buyer demand, it can push that price up. And in 2022, it was less because there was probably more on the market, and now it's cinched up in Atascadero, hence the population and less inventory. So those are really important factors. Take note of that. So it's jumped up a little bit, but let's take a look at what an $860,000 home looks like. I will tell you, there are homes that are less there. I've had people looking in the 6s and the 7s. Not that many come up, but you got to be ready. You got to be ready to jump on these when it's the right time for you. So once you figure out what location, what price point, this should help you out a little bit more in figuring out where you want to land here on the Central Coast. Let's look at what an $860,000 home looks like, or in the 800 range, high 800 average price point. All right, here we are with Atascadero, California. So again, North County, where are we? So this is 3 months worth of information. Currently in the 800 and 900 price point, we have 1, 2, where are we? All the way to 7 available in the 800 range. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, is that right? 14, 15, have sold in the last 3 months in this particular bracket. So again, if it's too high for you, I can bring up what's lower. If you want something more expensive or want some more elbow room or anything like that, we can look at it, because this last one here sold, and this was 5 acres for $896. It was listed at $988, 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,000 square feet, and 5-acre parcel. Obviously, that's a good buy. So there was issues with something because it dropped down significantly. So I can give you details on that. Doesn't say anything, but yeah, it just went conventional and it did sell for the 896. So again, some deals are still to be had. I'm gathering this needed some work. So you know, and it's a lot of these have no fencing, it's open space. Yeah, you've got a lot going on here. You've got carpet, you've got a lot of stuff to remodel here with the pink. Unless you like it, I don't know. Again, this is just relative to the times and what's going on here. And it's perched up like by itself. So this is very common in Atascadero. You can have a house kind of randomly out there on a really long, windy road. So, you know, if you want neighbors, you got to look at different places. So this is a very rural place. I was just showing you what was sold there. So let's look at other properties here. So for example, this other one on Portola is a little bit, you know, it's still older, 1972, but 875, sold for 875, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1964 square feet on 3 acres. I'm sorry, 2.5 for 875. So again, usable land, rural, and this is something that's very possible in Atascadero. So let's look at the pictures. You've got some oak trees or some other kind of trees. So those are just fruit trees. Those don't look like oaks. And you know, that's another remodel over here. So, you know, that's something that you might have to take on, or you know, pick and choose what you want to do in your remodel. Let me look at, I want to see what is kind of a little bit more modern for you. So this is 875. It sold for more. 885, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1768 square feet on almost an acre, a little under shy, and 2-car garage built in 1981, went in escrow in 2 days. So this was obviously priced right and a lot of value. Well, I mean, look at that. The decking's beautiful. Everything's nice and tidy. Paint, look at those windows, open. High vaulted ceilings always make everything feel more grand. I mean, the kitchen is, you know, updated. You can do some paint here if you don't like that paint color, but it looks like the flooring and everything else is pretty dialed in. Look at those views. So another thing, so here's your local nugget. And if you're liking these local nuggets, give us a like and give me a comment. So a lot of these properties in Atascadero, which I really like, is that they're perched up in the hills and they have these great views like this. So you don't have a neighbor looking at you. If this is something that you like this, Atascadero is a place to check it out because you really have a lot of nature around you. And if that's something that you like, you don't want someone on top of you, Atascadero is the place. Arroyo Grande has that too. But this also has a little golf course views. Yeah, so this one's just a little bit much nicer. This is something you can get under $900,000, you know. That's pretty cool. So this borders Southern Chalk Mountain Golf Course. So you have golf course views. This is one of a kind. Again, just like everything, just depends on when you're looking. So this is what's possible in Atascadero. Such variation, all the things that you really have to. All right, so such variation, lots of different choices in Atascadero under, you know, that 900 mark. If that's too much over your budget, let's have a conversation. You got to reach out because there are other things out there that are available, but we're just kind of going through everything at what the average price point is currently, just so you have an idea. There are lesser price points and there are higher price points. So this is where you really need to reach out and let me know, let us know, let anybody know, any local broker here. But what I'm trying to show you are numbers, the data, so that you understand what's going on here, locally. All right, so here we go to Grover Beach, California. So this is a little beach town that, yes, you can actually have a little fire going on the beach until 10 o'clock at night. It costs $5, giving you all the local nuggets again, $5 to drive your vehicle onto the beach here in Grover Beach. It's incredible. Or you get a pass for $50 for the year. Another local nugget. If you're loving it, give me a like. I want other people to find this information, so all of that helps out a lot. Or just subscribe, and if this is information that you're liking and needing, then more videos are coming. So Grover Beach, this is an area that I grew up in. This is borders. So Grover Beach is right next to Pismo Beach. So if you look at the first graph that we saw, the first map, it's Pismo Beach, Grover Beach, and then Arroyo Grande, Oceano. And I don't think the map had Oceano, but Grover Beach is about a 2-mile perimeter. So it's a very small area, very small population. It does facilitate the dispensaries with the cannabis. This is what has helped the town kind of get a little revamping. The roads are a little rough, and that is a thing in Grover Beach. But it is, to me, one of the best areas that you can find some beach property that's not going to be as expensive as the other places, but yet you are minutes from Pismo, where we just talked about, and how the pier and all that. So I take my walks from Grover Beach to Pismo Beach and back. I can go to the pier and back and do my walks in Grover, and it is absolutely amazing. It is one of my favorite things to do on the planet. And Grover Beach can be a location for you to make your way to the beach and not pay a high ticket price. Now, the properties are all very different. There's a few subdivisions that are newer, but a lot of it is a little bit older, like a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So if you're going to get that second bathroom, the price is going to go up. But again, it's just more bang for your buck to live by the beach and not pay that high ticket price. If you're just trying to make your way over here, this can be a great option for you. So let's take a look at what the average sales price is. So again, local nugget, you can drive onto the beach in Grover Beach. I think there's only 3 places in the state of California that you can actually do that. We're one of them. And for $5, you can literally drive to the coast, bring your family, bring whoever, you're by yourself, whatever you want to do, drive onto the beach, and spend the day for $5 in your vehicle, bring your lunch, bring whatever, and do your thing for the day for $5. So that is a really unique thing here in California that you can do on the Central Coast. So Grover Beach has that to offer. All right, here we are in Grover Beach. What is the average sales price? Well, it's $826,286 as of September 2023. Where were we in August of 2022? $699,119. Again, isn't that crazy? It's gone up 18% in our little town of Grover Beach. So there you go, folks. That's where we're at. That's what's going on. Again, this is where you really need to reach out and work with someone locally here and see what we can get for you. So let's look at what that looks like. I know there are lower price homes in Grover Beach too. I'm going to bring up some of those if you like. I think we should, and just take a look at that, because I think there's more opportunity here in Grover than most places. So it might not be the town for you. It is a little bit like it's up and coming. There's a whole nother subdivision coming up on 4th Street in my subdivision. I should say it's a high density project that's coming up where Grover allows like four heights to go up, 4 levels to go up. It's going to have commercial on the 1st floor and then some studio, 1 bedroom, and no, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom properties, more apartment style, very unique to our area. So that's up and coming for 2024. Reach out. They're starting in the 500 range. That's new construction, high density. So, you know, it's not like you're going to have a garage. You're, you know, going to be able to go up to elevator, go to your place, and then go right onto the beach. That'll be a different kind of lifestyle for you. So let me bring up some some homes here to show you what this looks like for you and what's an opportunity that you might like. All right, so I want to show you what is available in that 800 through 900 price point. So again, this is something that's active right now on Marbella Court. It's $899, 115. Let's take a look at it. It's definitely a really cute house. So this is almost 900,000. And, you know, it's available. So this is something that you can get in this price point, and that's active, and that just went on. So we will keep our pulse on that one. But let's look on the sold. So again, look at folks, it is 8 homes in this price point, 8 total, and 1, 2, 3 are active, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have sold in the last 3 months in this price point. So, and that's an average price point. So again, not a lot is going on in this town. Everything is so hyper local specific. So I really like this one on San Sebastian, but it was a 2-story. So that doesn't suit everybody, but it's that open floor plan. You know, bedrooms up top, living in the bottom, 825, 3 bedroom, 825 price. Sold for, and 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 1754 square feet, 3,500 square foot lot. So smaller, built in 1996, 2-car garage. So again, this sold, I think, over the summer, well, in August of this year. So again, just really important to stay on top of the stuff. And these are the types of homes that you can get. It is a possibility for you to actually, you know, get something that you might like in this particular price point. This is the average price point. Now, I've said, let's take a look at something a little bit more inexpensive. And we can do that real quickly and see what that looks like for you. All right, so I'm going to show you what's available in the 500 to 700 range. So most of these are condos. This is a condo here, very cute. And this is in Grover Beach. It does have a 2-car garage. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. So that's at 529, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1112 square feet. 2-car attached garage. It is a condo in 1978. And they do have a monthly HOA of $272. This is currently active. So right now on the market, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 available between the 500 and 700 range. So not a lot of inventory again. Just understand where we're coming from, what we're trying to tell you, and what you need to look out for. So Grover Beach could be an alternative. I've shared a little bit about it. So that it's a small town, 2-mile perimeter. It is usually, well, it is known that is a 50-50 community where it's 50 owner occupied and 50% of the population is a rental. So it is that type of community. The roads are getting worked on. If you drive through town, you will see potholes. You'll see the roads are in rough shape, and we've got a lot of work to do, and that's being worked on. So this could be an opportunity to get something close by the beach. It's up and coming. There's a lot of things happening for the town. So don't miss that opportunity. Take a look at it and see if it could work for you. It might not. You might not like it. It might not be to the caliber that you're thinking or the lifestyle, and that's okay. But I don't want you to miss that opportunity of thinking about Grover Beach if you want to be by the beach and not pay that high ticket dollar. So make sure and take note of that. All right, so I'm basing my video off of the SLO County magazine, and the next area we're going to hit is Morro Bay, California. So it's one of our scenic coast beaches. So this is literally a true fisherman's town where you can literally go catch fish and have it on your kitchen table that night. And a lot of places on the Embarcadero, which is a location where there's shopping, and a lot of restaurants that grab the fish from Morro Bay and make, different dishes from it. So that's super exciting and something that is completely unique in our area. And again, it's a small town. It's a scenic town, so you can make your way to San Luis, no problem. But again, this one is a little bit more grayer, if you will, because it does have that coastal influence. Very slow paced. You've got 2 grocery stores. Not a lot of job opportunity in this location. So a lot of the retirement community, a lot of slow paced lifestyle seekers love this area. And there is an amazing estuary, nearby. And you can see all kinds of birds and wildlife in the particular bay. There's a yacht club in Morro Bay. There's a great golfing there. So, and there's the Morro Bay Rock. Oh my gosh, how can we forget about that? So you can't forget about the Morro Bay Rock. So that is your little local nugget there. And a lot of the areas in Morro Bay are Los Osos, which is a nearby location near Morro Bay, is that a lot of these little areas don't have garages. They have like just the house and then a carport. So when you find a garage in Morro Bay or Los Osos, that is something that you should jump on if you want it, because it's very, very rare in those older, smaller beach cottages, right? Now, Morro Bay, here's the little gold nugget, has really great Mexican food restaurants. On the opposite side of where the beach areas are, along the strip there's about 5 that are literally right next to each other, and they're great. There is the Taco Temple that everybody talks about, and they have great desserts there. OMG. So a Taco Temple, I'll put the link in the description. It is a little small place, but man, there's a great food there. So again, Morro Bay is a place for you to go explore. It is definitely a slower paced California lifestyle there. So again, the little nugget is they have great Mexican places to eat. And I think that goes all through California, because I know people that have moved away have a hard time finding a good place. So let's look at what their average price point is. Again, grayer, more coastal fisherman's town for sure. You can definitely get on your kayak and probably catch fish that day. Estuary, off of the, beaten path. So you're away from everything. And if that's your vibe, that's what you're looking for, then take a look at Morro Bay. Let's look at some real estate. So what is the average price point in Morro Bay, California? Here we go, folks. We are at $1,094,412. And last year, just so you can see if we're plummeting, we were at $1,161,250. So Morro Bay is also more exclusive. There are pockets if it's closer to the Rock and the Embarcadero, which again goes. So what is the average price point in Morro Bay, California? Here we go, folks. Look at the Morro Bay video that I have, which will show you all of these details. It's going to be more expensive. If you're farther away on the opposite side on the 101, then yes, the Highway 101 is our main highway. And you'll learn that as you watch more videos, is that the farther away you are from the water, the less expensive it is. But it's holding pretty good here. So let's look at some real estate at this price point. All right, so here we are talking about Morro Bay and what is available between the average price that's available, their average price point, $1 million. So I did $1 million to $1.1 million, just so you could see. So right now we have 3 actives, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solds in this particular bracket of the average price point in the last 3 months. Now, an interesting point is this one was a triplex. So that's multifamily. So that really shouldn't, I don't know if that, I mean, if you're an investor and you're looking at this and that's something that's of interest to you, well, then yeah. So that's, this was a particular 2 units here, a 2-1, and then a 1-1 for $1,039,000. Then we have just a regular property here. And this is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1922 square feet for $1,020,000. It's been on the market for 10 days. Again, we are in October of 2023. I try to make more evergreen videos, which means that whenever you catch this, you'll get some information. But this will be a good comparison. This is Q4, right, of 2023. So we'll see where we're at the beginning of the year, end of year, and then next year. So again, $1,020,000. And this does have a little bit of ocean peak. So this is going to need a little bit of updating probably in some of the areas, but for the most part, you've got it pretty turnkey if you're okay with what it's offering. So very coastal, very beachy like. Let's look at location, and let's go here so you can kind of get a feel for where it's at. So again, very important factor here is a highway, Pacific Coast Highway 1. And this is one of the roads that takes you through this area because it's off the beaten path. And this is a very historical highway. And so this particular property is away from the beach. So anything over in this area is going to be more prime. And this is a little bit farther out, therefore it is a little bit more bang for your buck. So anything in this area is going to be more affordable, and there's more elevation too. So some of these will have some better ocean views and things like that. So here's the Embarcadero down here. So you're a little bit away from the downtown, which is not a bad thing. You know, not everybody wants to be in the hoopla of everything. So there is your price point there. And I'll take you back to see what has actually sold. And let's look at Dawson for $1,075,000. It was for $1,095,000. And that took a couple months to sell. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1868 square feet on a 2,400 square foot lot. So that, you know, a typical track home lot is about 6,000 square feet. So this is a little bit smaller, 2-car garage. Now, again, very common for the area. And so this one sold in September of this year. Let's look at the pictures. So again, 1,075,000 in Morro Bay. So you've got some hills over here, some hill views. 2-story. Again, this isn't going to work for everybody, but if this is something that you know, you can be okay with, and the 2-story doesn't bother you, then this could be a good alternative to be in Morro Bay. So there you go. There's a good kind of preview for you to see what you can get in Morro Bay, California. This is the last one on the magazine, I believe. Let me make sure. Yeah, the rest of it is if you come into town and if you want to take adventure, it gives some suggestions. So it's ending in Arroyo Grande. So we're missing Oceano, we're missing Cayucas, we're missing Napomo, and a lot of the other northern North County areas. But we're just going to go with the SLO Cal magazine here. Arroyo Grande. So what's iconic about what these pictures mean here is, yes, there are roosters in the village of Arroyo Grande where people do stop and let them cross the road, which is amazing. And we have the last swinging bridge in California. It's right here. 5 people can walk on it. Little local nugget. It's in downtown, the village of Arroyo Grande. I'll put that in the links for you. And it's a great little town that you should explore. If you're looking for a little downtown area where you can, you know, go have any kind of food that you want, from pizza to Mediterranean to sandwiches to Italian to anything in between, hamburgers. There's so many things down in the village of Arroyo Grande. It's insane. And it's very historic. There's a lot of circa buildings there and all the things. I grew up here myself, in addition to Grover Beach. So this is an area that I'm very, very familiar with. So let's give you some local nuggets. There is a lot going on in Arroyo Grande too. There's a lot of finger roads that you should explore that can give you acreage property. You can be close to the village of Arroyo Grande. And this is where a lot of the parades go on, a lot of events go on in the village of Arroyo Grande. So again, in AG, we call it AG, Arroyo Grande, that's where the high school is. And you've got a good eclectic, you know, variety of demographics that live in this area too. You have from younger families to executives to retirees to, you know, some, you know, big wigs too, because there are wineries that are off of the finger roads too in Arroyo Grande. So again, a little small town with a lot of personality, a lot of character. One of our favorite spots here on the coast to go and just feel a very so this is an area that you really feel the community vibe. It's small in size, but big in character. So again, this is a really great spot to also look into if you are exploring the Central Coast. Rio Grande is a place that I grew up. I love it, like I said. So let's take a look at some real estate and see what is possible, what the average price point is, and if it can possibly fit your criteria. Right, so Arroyo Grande's average price point comes in at, in September of 2023, is 1,139,412, and in 2022, it was at 1,065,227. So it has gone up. It has gone up in price. So there you go, $1 million one, you're about 1,040,000, 1,050,000 would probably be the average here in Arroyo Grande. So again, letting you know what's going on so you're very aware. I will do other videos on other price points, but I'm just letting you know the average price points of what's going on in the area. And what I love about Arroyo Grande in particular is that a lot of personality, a lot to offer the community. And so it is a location, an area that you should take a look at. It has a lot of finger roads, and it also has a little small community, a little village, and then other little pockets too. So a lot to take in here. And we're going to look at some properties that are in this price point, so you have an idea of what that looks like. All right, so let's take a look at what you can find in Arroyo Grande for this price point, their average price point, if you will. So we have an older place here in Virginia. This is an older location, $1,035,000, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,273 square feet. And that went off the market completely fast. And let's take a look at that. So it is older, wallpaper, great street though. So that's another thing that you have to take into consideration. But there was only 5 sales in this price point in Arroyo Grande. So again, it's, you know, what are you going to be able to get in the timing that you are looking at? So this is Cypress Ridge, a golf community up in the Arroyo Grande Mesa. So again, this is a gated community, 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,400 square feet. It was at 1,150 and it sold at 180. Took a few months to sell, as you can see, 101 days. So that's a 2,400 square foot home on an 8,400 square foot lot, 2-car garage. And there you go. It is, you know, these homes at Cypress Ridge were just good quality build. And you have a golf course, and the HOA is not that bad. It's a 138. You don't maintain the golf course. That's just for the fencing and for the amenities. So there's a lakeside homes here that are available. So that's at 1,080,000. So you had that older home, or you have something like this. So a lot of variation again. So that's what's exciting about all of this opportunity that you can take advantage of here on the Central Coast. So hopefully this information has been of value. Give us a like, subscribe, and leave us a comment, because we love hearing from you. So friends, we're getting calls from you each and every day, and we absolutely love it. So be sure to leave us a comment so that we can connect. And then, you know, subscribe if you want to get some more information, because we love making these videos for you. And, you know, we just hope that you are enjoying this and can be part of the Central Coast community.